As far as profitability goes, though, your margins are really good. So the relationship was decent for sure, whatever there, especially with some of the bigger companies or whatever. You might have a guy that you deal with for like a month or two, and then next week they're on to something else, and there's a new guy in charge, and they don't know you nor your shop. I mean, although they tried to accommodate and be there for you for the most part, you were just kind of another cog in the wheel. That has definitely not been my experience with ATW. You run into all kinds of things, logistics being probably the number one problem that I ran into as far as like getting deliveries on time. I mean, I'd have a company where I'd order their set of tires and they'd say that they'd have it in stock, and then suddenly they didn't have it in stock, or if they did have it in stock, it was like 8 days out, and I'm like, okay, well that's not gonna work for me. I didn't do a lot of in-house inventory. We tried to keep it where we would purchase as need. It's nice to have a little bit of an inventory, but you can't obviously carry every tire size. And so when you have a customer that is dealing with a smaller business like the one that I was managing, and you can't get them tires for 5 or 8 days, like 5 days even is ridiculous. They're gonna go to Canadian Tire, they're gonna go to Costco, they're gonna go to all these other big group companies that have tons of stock and they can take care of you like right now. And I can't afford to lose a customer over that. So then of course you try and compete with them with numbers and pricing, and you're pretty landlocked with name brands, especially on how much you're allowed to charge for a tire. And when you tell them that your best deal is actually more expensive than the big guys down the street that can get them to you today, and you've got to wait 5 days to get them, good luck. I used to spend the majority of my time with the 8 years that I was working for that tire outfit and running the shop, chasing down anything from warranty paperwork or trying to get the deliveries. Deliveries is probably the number one thing to try and get them to be on time, and I would be reassured. I started a process where I would have to actually call these companies over and over again throughout the week while I'm waiting for my tires to come through the door to confirm with them that it's on the way, it's getting shipped, it's going to make it on time.
So you're
guys
following
are sure,
up
so I'm following up and spending all this time chasing this down, only to be told last minute when the delivery doesn't show up, oh sorry, something happened, again and again and again. So that is probably the number one thing that you guys don't do, which saves me a whole lot of time. I can't even count the hours that I spent doing that kind of stuff. On top of that, it also saved me from having to look like I have no integrity in business, because if I have to call my customer all the time and tell them, yeah, it's coming tomorrow, they assure me it's coming tomorrow, and then call them tomorrow and be like, I'm sorry, it's not in. Well, what did you do? Like, what caused this delivery not to go through? Is this your fault?
Yeah.
And it makes you look really terrible with a customer. And are they gonna go out and recommend you to their friends if you're lying to them? Because that's how it looks. And so I don't have to go through with that stuff, whatever in particular, with you guys. Delivering consistent quality products as well is really helpful. And the price point, like these guys are super happy that they've saved thousands of dollars in most cases on picking up tires. The amount of legwork that you have to do to chase down something when it comes to that is pretty incredible. And usually in the end, you wind up getting some of your money or part of your money back, and in your case, you guys replace the tires. I would say, like right away from day one, you guys have like jumped above and beyond. I would get told that I could get a delivery next day, and I might have the delivery within 3 or 4 hours. I've never had a company do that before, but your guy came like racing through the door, sometimes within a couple of hours for a set of tires, even though he was already busy. Managed to get my delivery to me like a day or two early, which never happens in the industry. So it was like having stock on hand, how fast you guys were able to get it to me. And just even when you're not able to get it next day, say it takes 2 days. 2 days is a whole lot more easy to swallow for a customer than waiting like 5 to 8 days for a product to come through the door. And your prices, because they're really good and they're like a decent price point, and we're still making margins on it or whatever, I was able to move a whole lot more product. As busy as you guys have been or whatever, I've never really had any complaints about when you deliver stuff and whether or not it's gonna get to me on time. I know that if I order stuff on the weekend, I'm gonna have it for Monday and I can pick it up on Monday. If I order stuff on Monday or Tuesday or whatever during the day, if you don't already have it in stock, which a lot of times you do, I know that I can get that Wednesday or whatever, and it's like clockwork. I can definitely rely on that, and that is a big thing for sure, which is why in my new business I haven't been using anybody else or whatever, because I know I can rely on your product to be on time. And now I don't have to call the customer and be like, I'm really sorry, your stuff hasn't shown up. There's lots of value-based products available out there. The thing that sets you guys apart is that you've got the really great pricing, but on top of that, the quality of the product is not hurt in that process, whatever. Your guys' quality is really good and stands up to these big name brands, such as like the Trailhawk, for example, is probably like one of my favorite tires personally. Instead of going out there and grabbing a Duratrack tire and you're paying anywhere from $900 to $1,100 a tire, I can get your guys' product in the price point between like around $270 to like $350, and that's the consumer pricing, which is like a great deal and the same kind of quality of product. I've never actually had a customer ever complain about the product that I'm getting through you. That's a really big win, because I can honestly say like every brand usually has their complaints or their things, and the fact that I don't get complaints from the customers is a big win. As far as profitability goes though, your margins are really good. I'm not making $500 a tire or whatever like these big name brands, but I'm able to move more product because it's a lower price point, and in the end or whatever, that's way more beneficial. Honestly, at the end of the day, it comes down to the fact that I got price point. I've got you guys to back me or whatever there, like running around and going way above and beyond. Like some of your guys having stayed over an extra half an hour beyond clothing just to make sure that I can, like when I'm picking up product, so that you're there ready for me with product, or arranging something for someone to be here for me to pick up my product, even though it goes beyond the hours that are needed, or having your delivery driver race out and drop off stuff or whatever there, even though it's technically not due till the next day. Hey, it's here, I'm gonna bring it to you right now if you want. This is gonna get my customer in sooner, making them super happy. So all those things combined that I've talked about are definitely things that I think have given us an edge for sure with you guys. I would say you're making a big mistake if you don't. A company that I've worked with in the past or whatever that used to use you guys a lot stopped using you for a few months, and there was a very significant drop in business. I would say in the 30% range at least, and that was out of like the 8 people that they were dealing with, because the options weren't there for a really good quality product that was giving savings and providing value to the customers. And like with the fact that you jumped your hoops, that your price point is really great, that your product is really good quality. I mean, like the rims are awesome, the tires are awesome. I mean, you definitely won't regret joining on with these guys for sure. They'll take good care of you.